Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this spider eye look that has been going around. So if you'd like to see how I did this, just keep on watching. So I already have my base pretty much done, but I went in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil to bronze up my cheekbones. The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave, like a mirage, like a mirage. Then I went in with the Wet n Wild contour palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this rather quickly because I'm quite tired. I am filming this voiceover the night before I plan on posting this video. And then I forgot to show you what highlight I was using, but I went in with the Wet n Wild Earth highlighter from their Zodiac collection. Then I went in with this peachy pink shade from the BH Cosmetics Modern Mattes palette, and I ran that into my crease using a Wet n Wild blending brush. And feel free to disregard the staining on my nails. It is from when I recently dyed my hair. Then I went in with this reddish orange shade, and using the same brush, I ran that into my crease as well, just a little lower. And then I went in with the black from the same palette, and I first ran this all over my lid, and then I went in with that blending brush I was using, and I softened the edges of where the black meets the reddish orange, and then I go back in with the black and then intensify it on the lid, because when I did blend it, it did blend some of it away, so I wanted to make sure that the lid was really intense and black. And then I just repeated the same steps on my lower lash line. Then I went in with the NYC liquid liner. You could use any liquid liner or like a black water activated paint. And I just started to draw out the spider legs around my eyes, doing 4 legs on top and then 4 legs on the bottom. And at first I just went in and drew them out where I wanted them to be. And then I go back in and I create the legs thicker where they would meet like the body, which is obviously supposed to be coming from the eye area. And then make sure that it appears thinner when it gets to the very end of the legs, right where the feet would be, just to kind of taper it off more into a point that way. So this is probably the most tedious part of the entire look, just to make sure that, you don't have your lines too shaky, and then you have like a certain amount of thickness in certain areas and not so much in others. And my plan was to have a video for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday up until Halloween, of course. So that's why my previous video was just music only, because I didn't have time like I'd wanted to do voiceovers for all of them. I want to make sure that this video, which is going up on Tuesday, and then my Wednesday video are voiceovers as well. And then I probably won't be posting a video on Thursday just to give myself a little bit of a break. And then I had repeated that same step on the other eye, and then I figured, I'm like, why not just like make a little like slit in my neck area and add a third spider. So that is what I did. I'm just using that same black eyeliner, creating like a little thin open slit, and then doing 4 legs on top and 4 legs on the bottom, essentially the same way that I did the ones on my eyes. And I am loving my new hair, but I have washed it twice since dyeing it, and it has faded oh so bad. Normally it takes about 2 dyes for me to have the color stick pretty good to my hair, so I'm hoping once I dye it this coming weekend for the second time, it'll stick better. If not, then you may see me with just different color coming up soon. I have yet to decide. I have to see how it goes this coming weekend. And then after Halloween ends, I do plan on going back to 2 videos a week. I will be doing regular makeup looks, but hopefully once a week. I want to say like maybe 2 to 4 times a month. I want to do either a makeup series or a cool cosplay look for you guys, or something that's just a little more sorry, different and creative. The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave, like a mirage. So next I went in with the Mehron Clown White Cream Paint. If you have a white eyeliner, that'll work as well. And I'm just, right where the joints of the legs would be, where they bend, I'm adding a little bit of white highlight. And then on the outer legs, I am adding a bit of white highlight right at the where the leg would meet the body, and then also at the tips of each leg as well. And I make sure I do this with every single leg. I don't skip a leg. I do all the ones on the right, left, and the ones on my neck. And I localized the white on the outer parts of the leg, not the inner areas, because I figured, that's where the bends are, that's where the light would be catching it if it were like a real spider, which it isn't, but that's where I figured that the highlight would be hitting. Then I'm going in with this neutral light brown shade, and I'm using that to create the shadows. First, I'm doing the underside of the slit in my neck with this color. taking that same color, I am just creating the shadows where the legs are. I'm kind of trying to follow the general shape of the legs, but I don't want it to be too close to the leg itself, and I don't want it to appear too straight. I want it to have a slight bend in it, but not as dramatic as the legs. And then just to kind of give it like that 3D shadow effect. This was my first time trying this. It didn't turn out perfectly like I've seen some of the looks on Instagram and YouTube. But I think for a first attempt, I thought it was, decent. Then for lips, I went in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Widow's Peak. And then just to give it a slight tint of color, I went in with the Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Missy and Fierce. And I just tapped this right on the center of my lips and then blended it out to give it kind of an ombre effect. And that completes this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next one.